All right. Hello, people. So today we have a snow day. Great. So awesome. Love that for us. Except that we have to do work. So I wanted to go over the types of problems that I'm going to give you in your assignment. Okay. On Teams, on the general channel, I have posted an assignment. It's called 2/28/2023 Distance Learning Assignment. Okay. I would very much like for you to do this assignment. This is going to be the way to show me that you were present today. So you have to complete the assignment to show that you were present. If you do not complete this assignment, you are not here today. Okay? Just want to make that extra clear. Your assignment must be finished for me to type in present for today. Okay? So, here's this video. I'm just going to go over a couple of the problems that I'm expecting you to do in this. The assignment only has 6 problems, and they're going to look either like the first part of this or the second part. All right. And these are actually ones that we talked about a little bit in class, but we didn't have much time to go over. All right. So both of these types of problems will be factoring problems. They're just going to look a little bit different than each other. So I'm going to go over the first one first. Here we have x squared minus 49. Okay, like I said, this is a factoring problem, so we are going to use our giant, okay, that's too big, our giant x. At the top of my x, I know I need a times c. At the bottom, I know I need b. So all that's left is to label our actual problem. Now, looking at this, we do have an a, which is 1, and we have a c. We are completely missing our b term for this question. So, since I don't have a b, like at all, there's no x there or anything, I'm going to write in 0 for the bottom number. And for the top, I have a times c, so that's 1 times negative 49. I'm going to get negative 49 at the top. All right, per the usual, you are going to start writing out your factors. So I'm looking for something that will multiply to give me 49. So I know 1 and 49, 2 doesn't work, 3 doesn't work, 4, 5, 6, 7 works though. Yeah, 7 times 7. And I think that's about it for 49. And then I'm going to figure out which one of those pairs will subtract to give me 0. Remember, we're subtracting because this is a minus sign up here. So I know that 1 minus 49 is going to give me 48, so that's out. But 7 minus 7 will give me 0. So that is what I want to put on the sides here, making sure to put in that negative. When I write my answer, I'm going to have parentheses x plus 7 and parentheses x minus 7 for that guy. Okay. Like I said yesterday, these are special ones. They will always end up with the same number on both sides. Okay. Let's go over one more. We have x squared minus 144. Okay, again, I have my a, I have my c. I am missing my b. That's all right. I'm going to put a times c at the top, b at the bottom. I know that 1 times negative 144 is going to be negative 144. And I also know that my b is missing completely. It is 100% gone. So I'm going to put a 0 there. Now, again, I know that both of my answers on these two sides are going to end up being the same number. So I'm really just thinking about perfect squares right now. And I know just off the top of my head that 12 times negative 12 will give me my answer without writing out all of the factors. If you want to write out the factors, you can. But if you do not need to, then you don't need to. That's fine. All right, moving on to my answer. I know that I'm going to have x plus 12 in one and x minus 12 in the other. Again, every time with these questions, you will have the same thing on both sides of your x. All righty. Okay, so that's the first type of problem. These are factoring specials. These are special circumstances for our factors, okay? The next thing I'm going to have you do is what we talked about yesterday in our notes, which was factoring out the GCF, okay? Our GCF is our greatest common factor. Now with these problems, it's real nice. They actually just tell you right away. Your GCF is going to be whatever, is going to be whatever number is in the front. For us in this problem, that is going to be 5. When we divide out our GCF, we are literally dividing both of our numbers by whatever our GCF is. We are going to rewrite our GCF on the outside of a set of parentheses, and our leftovers are going to go in here. So I'm going to do 5 divided by 5. That's going to be 1. And my x squared is just going to come straight down. Minus 20 divided by 5. 20 divided by 5 is going to be 4. So I'm going to write a 4 down there. Okay. Again, these are the notes from yesterday. So if you missed those, I would look at the topic 7 channel in Teams. All right, cool. Now, what I'm going to have you do next is factor, just like we did. All right, don't worry about this 1 over here. Remember, 1s can be invisible. That's fine. You are just going to factor this part right here, which is exactly what I just did, okay? You are just going to set up your A and your C. You are going to do your X with A times C at the top, B at the bottom. We don't have a B, so it's going to be 0. I have 1 times -4 for A times C, so that's just -4. I need 2 numbers that will multiply to give me -4 and subtract to give me 0. I know 2 times 2, or 2 times -2 is going to work. And then I'm going to write my answer. But I'm not going to forget that my GCF was on the outside there. Oops. X plus 2, X minus 2. Okay. So for some of my periods, this was new because we didn't really have time to talk about it. But we factored out the GCF yesterday in our notes, so that shouldn't be too hard. And then we're just squashing both of these concepts together that we learned yesterday. Okay? Doing GCF first, or taking out the GCF first, and then factoring whatever you have left over. That's the idea. All right? I'm sorry if I'm going a little bit fast through this. I'll go slower through the next one. So we have 3x squared minus 300. Okay, again, it's said to factor out the GCF first. That's going to be the first number that we see. 3 is our GCF. So I'm going to divide out the GCF by dividing by 3. I'm going to have 3 parentheses and whatever I get from dividing these things. 3 divided by 3 is going to give me 1. My x squared is going to come, oopsies. There we go. My x squared is going to come straight down. My minus sign's coming down. And then I need 300 divided by 3. That is 100. Cool. Knowing that I don't really need this 1 out in front, I can keep it if I want. Whatever you want to do, don't matter. We need to label our A and C next. We need to set up our X with A times C at the top, B at the bottom. 1 times -100 is going to be -100. My B is completely gone, so I'm going to put in a 0. And now I need to find 2 numbers that will multiply together to give me 100 and subtract to give me 0. Again, I already know my perfect squares. If you do not, just factor. I already know, though, that 10 and -10 will give me 100. Again, the 2 numbers on the side should be the same because those will give you 0. Okay, writing out my answer. I'm going to keep my GCF on the outside. I'm going to do x plus 10. And then x minus 10 for my answers. Okay. So when you are working on the assignment in Teams, your answer should look like this. All right. I want to see 3 parentheses x plus 10, yada, yada, yada. Okay. This is the part that I want you to put in the box. Okay. All right. So, I will be available on Teams for most of the day. This assignment will be due at 2:35 today. If you do not complete it by then, you were not here. All right? You have until the end of the school day to work on this. Otherwise, I hope that your snow day isn't too terrible. I know that we're doing work, but that's just kind of how it goes always. Again, let me know if you have questions. I will be on Teams. I think that's it. I hope y'all have a good one. Bye.